Welcome to Big Era 4. The major theme of this era is the expansion of trade, population, and technology. Throughout Big Era 4, there was a large advancement in technology, the discovery of iron production. Beginning in Afro-Eurasia, the knowledge of iron smelting created many objects and tools that the people could use for everyday living. For example, they turned iron into axes, hammers, plows, and saws for agriculture and other needs. These new tools that were created improved the harvesting of crops, making the farming more efficient. Additionally, during this era, they began using animals for work, improving lifestyle ways and making work a little easier. Although these tools were helpful in many ways, they were also very hurtful. For example, when axes were created, they were used for an easy way to cut down trees. The trees were cut down for more expansion for cities and farming land. This deforestation that began caused many environmental issues such as soil erosion and animal extinction, and these problems still exist today.
The writing system changed as well in Big Era 4. It became closer to the alphabetic writing system we have today. This new alphabetic system relied on a smaller number of symbols arranged in many different ways, leading to literacy spreading quickly in Big Era 4. Variations of this alphabetic system that started in Southwest Asia spread from the Mediterranean basin all the way to India.
The growth of the empires, which will be described in a little bit, led to the growth of city-states. These territories were centered around one single city. The city-states created long-distance trading, adding to the new additions of trade routes between states and cities within the states. Additionally, the rise of the states created a joining of all the classes. It brought more wealth into city centers, creating larger distinctions between social classes. As more wealth was together in one place, the classes grew farther apart, and at the bottom of the social hierarchy were the African American slaves. This led to the expansion of slavery and the use of the slave trade.
The population grew immensely during this time. For example, in 1000 BCE, the world population was about 120 million. But in 1 CE, it grew to 250 million. Since this population grew so much, this led to new ideas and religions. For example, the new religions that came to be were Buddhism, Christianity, Confucianism, Taoism, Hinduism, and Judaism. Other than many new inventions in Big Era 4, trade became easier and more frequent. People began to travel on camel and horseback, as well as utilize the seas and the Silk Road. Also, in relation to the growth of the population, people were looking to trade more and connect within major cities and states. They could spread new technologies, ideas, and goods now that there were so many people to do so with. Also, in relation to the population growth during this time, it caused more structure to occur within these empires. People were more accounted for and therefore were beginning to be taxed. Also, the hierarchies had impact on who was taxed and who was not.
In addition to the usage of horseback riding for trading purposes, the learning of horseback riding created easier and faster communication for farther distances, allowing empires to expand greatly. For example, the Roman Empire that was founded in 100 CE was centered around the city of Rome, where the government was ran. The Roman Empire was the largest city during the Big Era. The Romans created a network of roads from the center of Rome to all parts of the empire. These roads were used for trading throughout the empire and to other city-states. The Persian Empire was founded around 600 CE by Cyrus the Great. He led this empire with advanced planning, strong military efforts, and a humanistic worldwide view to a world power and one of the largest empires. Trade became a large revenue source for the empire with trade routes throughout the Middle East. Additionally, one of the rulers revolutionized the economy of this empire by changing the currency to the usage of silver and gold coins in order to make trade more efficient.
The Han Empire was founded by Liu Bang in around 50 CE. He led a revolt against the Qin dynasty, which was ruling very oppressively previously to him. The Han dynasty had the same structure as the Qin in terms of dividing the country into a series of administrative areas ruled by officials and developing a system in which promotion and salary were based on merit. But the Han switched to Confucian ideology, which was built on the ideas of moderation and virtue. This empire lasted longer than any other Chinese dynasty and was known as the Golden Era of Chinese history.